Ancient Egypt, one of the most iconic civilizations in history, flourished for over 3,000 years. It was a society marked by grandeur, technological advancements, and cultural achievement. However, like all great empires, Egypt eventually fell from its height of power and influence. The demise of this once great civilization can be attributed to a combination of internal strife and foreign invasion. In this video, we will delve into the factors that led to the downfall of ancient Egypt, analyzing the internal conflicts and external threats that ultimately toppled this mighty empire. One of the primary causes of Egypt's decline was internal strife and power struggles within the ruling elite. Throughout its long history, Egypt saw numerous instances of political and dynastic instability. The pharaohs, who were considered divine rulers, held absolute power. However, the transfer of power from one pharaoh to another was not always smooth, leading to periods of uncertainty and internal conflict. One notable example of internal strife was the Amarna period during the reign of Pharaoh Akhenaten. Akhenaten, often referred to as the heretic pharaoh, introduced radical religious reforms, focusing on the worship of the sun god, Aten. This abrupt shift away from the traditional polytheistic Egyptian religion caused tensions within the priesthood and the ruling class. The power struggle between the traditionalists and the followers of Akhenaten led to a weakened central government. Furthermore, the struggle for power intensified during the Third Intermediate Period, 1069-664 BC. This era witnessed a fragmentation of power as various regional rulers, known as pharaohs, vied for control over different parts of Egypt. The political disunity weakened the country's ability to defend itself against external threats, making it susceptible to invasion. Another factor that contributed to the downfall of ancient Egypt was economic decline and social unrest. Despite being an agricultural society that relied heavily on the fertile lands of the Nile River, Egypt faced periods of economic stagnation and decline. During the late period, 664-332 BC, Egypt's economy suffered due to a combination of factors. One of the primary reasons was the loss of control over trade routes. The decline of Egypt's naval power and the rise of competing powers in the Mediterranean, such as the Greeks and Phoenicians, hindered Egypt's ability to maintain its dominance over trade. As a result, Egypt's economy suffered, leading to a decline in agricultural production, rising prices, and a decrease in the standard of living. The economic decline also exacerbated social unrest. The growing economic disparity between the ruling elite and the common people fueled discontent and resentment. The lower classes, burdened by high taxes and a lack of economic opportunities, grew increasingly dissatisfied with the ruling class. These social tensions further weakened Egypt's stability and paved the way for external invasion. While internal strife weakened Egypt, it was the invasions and foreign conquests that ultimately toppled the ancient civilization. Egypt's strategic location at the crossroads of Africa, Asia, and Europe made it a coveted prize for neighboring empires. One of the earliest invasions that significantly impacted Egypt was the Hyksos invasion during the Second Intermediate Period, 1650-15. The Hyksos, a Semitic people from the Near East, seized control of northern Egypt and established their capital at Avaris. The Hyksos introduced new military technology, such as horse-drawn chariots and composite bows, giving them a significant advantage over the Egyptian forces. It took several generations for the Egyptians to expel the Hyksos and regain control of their territory, but the invasion left a lasting impact on Egypt's military tactics and society. Another significant invasion was led by the Assyrians during the late period. The Assyrian Empire, known for its military prowess, conquered Egypt in 671 BC under the reign of Ashurbanipal. The Assyrians imposed heavy taxes on Egypt and appointed Assyrian governors to rule over the country, further weakening Egypt's autonomy. Although the Assyrian rule was relatively short-lived, it left Egypt vulnerable to subsequent invasions. The most famous foreign conquest of Egypt was carried out by Alexander the Great and his Macedonian army in 332 BC. The Persian Empire, which had controlled Egypt, fell to the Macedonians, marking the beginning of Hellenistic rule. The conquest by Alexander brought about significant cultural and social changes in Egypt, as the Greeks introduced their language, customs, and architectural style. While the Hellenistic period brought a degree of stability and prosperity, it also marked the end of Egypt as an independent kingdom. In conclusion, the downfall of ancient Egypt can be attributed to a combination of internal strife and foreign invasion. Internal conflicts and power struggles weakened the ruling elite, leading to political instability and a decline in Egypt's international influence. Economic decline and social unrest further exacerbated the situation, eroding the country's stability. Finally, invasions and foreign conquests by the Hyksos, Assyrians, and Greeks ultimately toppled Egypt's want. It is important to note that while ancient Egypt fell from its position of power, its cultural legacy and contributions to human civilization endure to this day. The pyramids, temples, and intricate artworks are a testament to the greatness of this ancient civilization. By studying the causes of Egypt's decline, we gain insights into the fragility of empires and the importance of unity, stability, and adaptability for any civilization to endure.